first dive into the PFL, the Professional Fighters League. PFL season for 2022. This is event number 3. We don't have to dive into all these, this entire card. Let me just first shout out some of the biggest fights that are going down here. Of course, this event is going to be headlined by the women's lightweight bout between the 2019 and 2021 champion Kayla Harrison, who is one of the most dominant female fighters in the sport overall right now. She's going up against Marina I'm saying her name wrong. Makhnatkina. That's a mouthful. Of course, she's a former Bellator veteran. The co-main event is going to be was supposed to be about between Ray Cooper III, the 2019 and 2021 PFL champion. He was supposed to go up against Magomed Umalatov, but Umalatov had to pull out, and he was replaced by the LFA welterweight champion Carlos Leal. Just rounding it out, other fights on the card that are pretty significant. A lightweight bout between the former UFC lightweight champion Mr. Anthony Showtime Pettis going up against Bellator veteran Miles Price, and Royer McDonald also making an appearance, facing off against another Bellator vet, Brett Cooper. That being said, gentlemen, any other of these fights you guys just want to shout out real quick, or fighters or things you want to mention?
Yeah, I'll go first. It's a pretty solid card name-wise. Obviously, you just mentioned you get Kayla, you get Pettis, Rory, Ray Cooper. You also have Magomed Karamov fighting Joao Zeffirino. You have Julia Budd in her PFL debut fighting Jenna Fabian. So there's a lot to watch here. I would be picking every single name I just said in all these fights.
Yeah.
I feel like the favorites are kind of clear, but to touch on them real quick, the Julia Budd one is important for the PFL. She is their name this season to try to create a marketable fight for Kayla Harrison. Julia Budd has still only lost 3 times in her whole career, and they are to Amanda Nunes, Ronda Rousey, and Chris Cyborg. So you can't really lose to a better 3 people than that. She has beaten everyone else that has stood in front of her. So they are certainly hoping she can deliver in her debut here and eventually stand across from Kayla in a final. So that is something to watch. Magomed Karamov, as I mentioned, will try to get his title back that Ray Cooper took from him this past season. So he'll start here. Rory McDonald, better win. Obviously, Brett Cooper has had his moments in his career for sure. But if Rory is still anything that means anything, he is going to have to beat Brett Cooper here. I do think he will. I think he'll probably win a decision. But if Rory's going to matter for the PFL, he absolutely has to win this fight. And then the same goes for Anthony Pettis in his fight. We do know now that Clay Collard and Raush Manfio are both better than anyone realized last season when they beat Pettis. So those losses don't look quite as bad. And I know Pettis is not too far separated from having quality wins in the UFC. But he's going to have to show that he's still got it here. And I think he should. Frankly, I think he can beat Miles Price in any fashion that he wants. But let's hope he can, or else we're going to have to really sound the alarms on Anthony Pettis. And then, yeah, Ray Cooper, I think, will probably take out Carlos Leal. Ray Cooper's a freaking stud. That one's probably a finish. And then you'll have Kayla Harrison winning in the first round by anything that she wants. But, yeah, you got to go with all the favorites, I think. If you wanted to bet this thing, you can kind of line everyone up. Not Kayla, because she's minus 1 million, so it's not even worth it. But the other 5 I just mentioned, and you'll get like 3-1 odds on them all winning, and I really do think they all will. But, yeah, good card name-wise.
Yeah, man. Cool. Let's move on.